The sky turned red over Seoul District. It was not a natural red. It was the color of alien ships blocking the sun. Captain Ju Kim stood at the command center window. His face showed no fear, but his hands were tight fists at his sides. On the big screens around him, one by one, the human bases on Mars and Jupiter's moons went dark. "Sir, we lost contact with Luna Base," said a young soldier. Ju nodded. He had expected this. The void-born aliens had been moving through the solar system for 3 weeks. Earth was their final stop. "How much time do we have?" Ju asked. "Maybe 2 days, sir," said the soldier. 2 days. Ju thought of his daughter. She was somewhere in the research building, probably working without sleep again. She was always like that when she had a new idea. In the research lab, Hannah Kim welded the last piece of metal onto her creation. At 22, she was the youngest head engineer in Seoul District. The sparks lit up her determined face as she worked. "Hand me that blue wire, Minji," Hannah said without looking up. Minji Yoon passed the wire. She was older than Hannah, but she respected the younger woman's brilliant mind. "Do you really think this will work against them?" Minji asked, looking at the armor suit on the table. "It has to," Hannah said. She stepped back to look at her work. The thunder suit was beautiful in a dangerous way. Its metal was dark blue with lines of silver running through it like lightning. We found enough of their crashed ships to understand some of their tech. This suit uses their own power against them. An alarm rang through the building. Red lights flashed in the hallway. "That's the emergency meeting signal," Minji said, her eyes wide. Hannah wiped her hands on a cloth. "They're here sooner than we thought." In the main hall, all the top military and science leaders gathered. The room was tense and quiet as Admiral Taho Lee stepped onto the stage. "The Voidborn have sent us a message," Admiral Lee said. His voice was heavy. "They say we have 1 day to surrender Earth. 1 day, or they attack with full force." Voices rose in anger and fear. Juwoo's eyes found his daughter in the crowd. Hannah's face was set in the stubborn look he knew too well. A large screen came to life on the wall. On it was the face of the Voidborn commander. His skin was pale blue, almost white. His eyes were large and black, with no whites. He looked almost human, but wrong in ways that made people uncomfortable. "I am Commander Xol of the Voidborn Alliance," the alien said. His voice was smooth but cold. "Your species has something we need. Your planet has resources we require. Submit to us, and some of you may live as our servants. Resist, and none will survive." The screen went black. Admiral Lee looked out at the silent crowd. "We need options. We cannot surrender." Hannah stood up. "Sir, in the research division, we've developed something that might help. The Thunder Suit Project." "That project is incomplete and untested," interrupted General Sunwoo Park, glaring at Hannah. "We need real solutions, not science experiments." "With respect, General," Hannah said firmly, "the Thunder Suit uses salvaged Voidborn technology. Our tests show it can amplify a soldier's strength by 10 times. We've also seen evidence that the energy it generates affects Voidborn psychology." Juwoo watched his daughter with pride and worry. She was so much like her mother, brilliant and brave, and too willing to put herself in danger. "How soon can it be ready for deployment?" Admiral Lee asked. "It's ready now," Hannah said. "It just needs a pilot." As excited whispers filled the room, a loud boom shook the building. Dust fell from the ceiling. Admiral Lee checked his tablet. His face paled. They lied about the deadline. The Voidborn are attacking now. All personnel to battle stations. The invasion of Earth had begun. Alarms screamed through Seoul District as people ran to safety bunkers. Outside, the sky filled with Voidborn ships. They looked like giant black spiders hanging in the air. Hannah pushed through the crowd, running against the flow of people. She had to get back to her lab. "Hannah, stop." Her father's voice made her turn. Captain Juwoo caught up to her, grabbing her arm. "Where are you going?" The bunkers are the other way. I need to get the thunder suit, Hannah said, pulling away. It's our best chance. It's not ready, Ju said. His face showed fear, not for himself but for her. The general is right. It needs more testing. We don't have time for more tests, Hannah said. Another explosion shook the building. Closer this time. Dad, please. Trust me. After a long moment, Ju nodded. I'll come with you. In the lab, Minji was already preparing the thunder suit. Its metal surface glowed with soft blue light. The power core is stable, Minji said when she saw them. But we don't know what will happen when someone actually wears it in battle. Hannah began taking off her jacket. We're about to find out. No, Ju stepped forward. I'll wear it. It won't work for you, Dad, Hannah said gently. The neural interface is calibrated to my brain patterns. We don't have time to reset it. Ju looked at his daughter. He saw her mother in her eyes. The same determination, the same courage. His wife had died in a space mission when Hannah was just a baby. Now his daughter was walking into danger too. Fine, he said at last. But I'm going with you to the front line. The suit opened like a flower, plates of metal sliding apart. Hannah stepped inside, and it closed around her. For a moment, nothing happened. Then blue light ran through the metal-like veins, pulsing with energy. Hannah gasped. She could feel the suit connecting to her mind, becoming part of her. It felt like electricity running through her body, but it didn't hurt. Neural connection stable, Minji said, watching the screens. Power at 70% and rising. How do you feel? Strong, Hannah whispered. She lifted her hand, watching the metal move like a second skin. Really strong. A message came through on the emergency channel. Do-hyun Park's voice was tight with stress. This is Defense Point 3. We're being overrun. We need backup now. Hannah recognized the voice. Do-hyun had been her friend since they were children. Now he was a tactical officer on the front lines. That's 2 blocks from here, Ju said. He checked his gun. We need to move. They reached Defense Point 3 as it was falling. The wall had a giant hole torn through it. Dead soldiers lay on the ground. The remaining fighters were retreating. Through the hole, Hannah saw them, Voidborn soldiers. They were tall and thin with 4 arms instead of 2. Their armor was black with purple lights. They moved like spiders, quick and deadly. Do-hyun, Hannah called, seeing her friend. He was dragging an injured soldier behind a barrier. Do-hyun looked up. His eyes went wide when he saw Hannah in the thunder suit. Hannah, what are you doing here? What is that thing? Getting you out of trouble, same as always, Hannah said, but her light tone hid her fear. She had built the suit, but she had never fought before. A Voidborn soldier spotted them. It made a high clicking sound that might have been a call to others. Then it raised its weapon, a long, thin gun that glowed purple. Get down, Ju shouted, pushing Do-hyun and the injured soldier behind cover. The Voidborn fired. Hannah didn't have time to think. The suit seemed to move on its own, raising her arm. A shield of blue energy formed in front of her, stopping the purple blast. The force pushed her back a step, but she didn't fall. The suit felt her surprise and fear. It responded by sending more power to her legs, anchoring her. It works, Hannah whispered, amazed. Then, louder, it works. The Voidborn soldier paused, as if confused by her survival. That was all the time Hannah needed. She pushed forward, the suit making her faster than she had ever been. Blue energy gathered around her fist as she swung at the alien. The impact sent the Voidborn flying backward into 3 of its companions. They all crashed into a wall. For the first time, Hannah saw something in an alien's face that she understood perfectly. Fear. More Voidborn poured through the broken wall. Hannah counted at least 15 of them. They all carried the strange purple weapons. We need to fall back, Ju shouted. There are too many. But Hannah felt something new inside her. The fear was still there, But now there was also power. The thunder suit hummed against her skin, ready for her command. "Get the wounded out," she told her father. "I'll hold them off." "Hannah," Ju began. "Trust me, Dad," she said. Ju looked at his daughter for a long moment. Then he nodded. "Be careful. Do-hyun, help me with the injured." As they moved back, Hannah stepped forward. The Voidborn watched her. They seemed confused by her blue armor. One of them, taller than the others, made quick motions with its four hands. The others spread out, surrounding Hannah. "Okay," Hannah whispered to herself. "Let's see what this suit can really do." She reached inside herself, finding her fear and turning it into something else, determination. As her emotions changed, the suit's glow brightened. Energy crackled around her hands. The tall Voidborn fired first. Hannah raised her hand and caught the purple blast. The suit absorbed the energy, adding it to its own power. Hannah felt the suit's systems translating battle information directly into her mind. She suddenly knew things: how fast the aliens could move, the range of their weapons, their weak points. "My turn," she said. Hannah moved. The suit made her faster than any human should be. She reached the first alien before it could fire again and struck it hard in the chest. The Voidborn flew backward, its armor cracked. The others fired all at once. Hannah spun, creating a shield of blue energy around herself. The purple blasts hit the shield and were absorbed. The shield grew brighter. "They're feeding me power," Hannah realized. She pushed outward with her mind, and the shield exploded in a wave of blue light. 3 more Voidborn fell, their systems overloaded by the energy wave. The others backed away, making those strange clicking sounds to each other. They seemed to be arguing. Hannah pressed her advantage. She leaped forward, the suit enhancing her jump so she flew through the air. She landed in the middle of the remaining Voidborn, creating a crater in the floor. What happened next was a blur of movement and light. Hannah struck with her fists, each blow leaving trails of blue energy in the air. The suit guided her movements, making her a perfect fighter. Every time a Voidborn tried to attack, she was already gone, appearing behind them or above them. From a distance, Do-hyun watched in amazement. "She's not just fighting them," he said to Ju. "She's dancing." One by one, the Voidborn fell. Some were unconscious. Others retreated, running back through the hole in the wall. Only the tall one remained. It stood still, watching Hannah with its large black eyes. Then it did something strange. It took off its helmet. Without the helmet, the Voidborn looked almost human. Its skin was pale blue, its face thin with high cheekbones. It had no hair, and its eyes were too large, but Hannah could read its expression clearly. Fear, and something else. Recognition. The Voidborn spoke. Its voice was like water running over stones. "Luminary," it said, pointing at Hannah's armor. "You cannot be. We destroyed you all." Before Hannah could respond, the alien pressed something on its wrist. Purple light surrounded it, and then it was gone, teleported away. Hannah stood alone among the fallen aliens. The Thundersuit's glow slowly faded as her heartbeat returned to normal. Ju and Do-hyun approached cautiously. "What did it say to you?" Do-hyun asked. Hannah shook her head. "I don't know. It called me Luminary, and it said they destroyed them all." Ju looked troubled. "We need to report this, and we need to understand more about that suit." As if in response, the Thundersuit flashed once, brightly. Somewhere deep in its systems, ancient programs were waking up, responding to Hannah's DNA. The real battle was just beginning. News of Hannah's victory spread quickly through Seoul District. By morning, everyone was talking about the girl in blue armor who fought off 15 Voidborn soldiers. In the main command room, Admiral Lee watched the video of the battle for the 5th time. "Incredible," he said. "One person did what a whole squad couldn't." Hannah sat at the table with her father, Do-hyun, and Minji. She still wore the Thunder suit, afraid to take it off in case they needed her again. It wasn't just me, Hannah said. The suit, it's like it knows what to do. It helped me fight. Minji typed on her tablet. The energy readings are off the charts. The suit absorbed the enemy weapon's power and used it. We never designed it to do that. General Park frowned. So you don't fully understand how it works? Not completely, Minji admitted. We built it using parts from crashed, void-borne ships. Some of the technology is still a mystery to us. What about this luminary the alien mentioned? Ju asked. Admiral Lee sighed. We don't know. Our translator programs can't find any matching word in the few void-borne communications we've intercepted. A soldier ran into the room. Sir, the void-borne are broadcasting a message to the entire planet. The big screen on the wall turned on. Commander Xul's pale blue face appeared. His black eyes seemed to stare directly at Hannah. People of Earth, he said, you have something that belongs to us. The blue armor. The one you call Hannah Kim. He pronounced her name carefully, as if he had practiced it. Give us this human and the armor, and we will spare your planet. You have 6 hours to decide. The screen went black. The room was silent. Then everyone started talking at once. How do they know her name? We can't give her to them. What makes the suit so important to them? Admiral Lee raised his hand for quiet. Obviously, we will not surrender Hannah or the armor. But this confirms what we suspected. The Thunder suit is more valuable than we realized. General Park looked at Hannah. We need to study it more. Hannah, you need to take it off so our scientists can. No, Hannah said firmly. The alien called me luminary. The suit responds to me specifically. If you take it apart, we might lose our only advantage. She's right, Minji said. The neural connection is complex. Breaking it could damage both Hannah and the suit. General Park looked angry, but Admiral Lee nodded. For now, the suit stays with Hannah. But I want you working with our scientists to understand it better. As the meeting ended, Do-Yun pulled Hannah aside. Are you okay? Really? Hannah tried to smile. I'm fine. Just tired. You're famous now, Do-Yun said. The soldiers are calling you Blue Thunder. Some of them even made a logo. He showed her his tablet, where someone had drawn a blue lightning bolt with wings. Despite everything, Hannah laughed. That's silly. It gives people hope, Do-Yun said seriously. You have no idea how important that is right now. In her quarters, Hannah finally had a moment alone. She sat on her bed, looking at her armored hands. The suit hummed softly, like it was alive. What are you? She whispered. What is a luminary? As if in response, the suit's blue glow pulsed once. Then, to Hannah's shock, words appeared in her mind. Not spoken, but somehow placed there directly by the suit. Asterisk protecting. Remembering. Waiting. Asterisk. Hannah's heart raced. You can talk to me. What are you protecting? What are you remembering? Asterisk danger comes. Sleep ending. You are last asterisk. Last what? Last luminary. But the suit fell silent. The blue glow dimmed slightly, as if it had used too much energy to communicate. A knock on her door interrupted Hannah's thoughts. She opened it to find her father. The Voidborn are attacking the eastern wall, Ju said. They didn't wait 6 hours. We need you. Hannah nodded. Whatever secrets the suit held would have to wait. Right now, she had a job to do. As she followed her father, the suit's energy strengthened again. It was ready for battle. And somewhere, deep in space, something ancient stirred, awakened by the energy signature of the Thunder suit, something that had been sleeping for a very long time. The eastern wall was already falling when Hannah arrived. Hundreds of Voidborn soldiers climbed over the broken concrete. Their purple weapons lit up the night like strange stars. There are too many, Do-Yun said. He had joined Hannah and Ju on the way. Even with the Thunder suit, you can't fight them all. Hannah watched the aliens advance. I don't need to fight them all. I just need to scare them. She closed her eyes, focusing on what the suit had told her. Asterisk protecting, remembering, waiting. Asterisk, she was protecting Earth. She was remembering her victories, and she was done waiting. As her determination grew, the thunder suit responded. Its blue glow became so bright that people had to look away. Energy crackled around Hannah like lightning. Stay back, she told her father and Do-Yun. Then she ran toward the Voidborn army. The first line of aliens saw her coming. They raised their weapons, but their hands were shaking. The blue armor frightened them. Good. Hannah leaped high into the air, the suit carrying her 30 feet up. At the top of her jump, she gathered energy in both hands. Then she brought them together. The blast of blue light shot downward like a beam from heaven. Where it hit, the ground exploded. Voidborn soldiers flew in all directions. A crater formed, 20 feet across. Hannah landed in the center of the crater. The Voidborn backed away, making those clicking sounds again. But they didn't run. There were too many of them, and they had their orders. Come on then, Hannah said. She raised her fists. The battle that followed was like nothing Earth had ever seen. Hannah moved like a blue comet, leaving trails of light behind her. Every punch, every kick was enhanced by the suit's power. Voidborn fell by the dozens. From the wall, human soldiers watched in awe. She's not human anymore, one whispered. No, Ju said, overhearing. She's more human than any of us. That's why the suit chose her. The Voidborn kept coming, but now they moved differently. They were trying to surround Hannah, to capture rather than kill. They wanted the suit intact. Hannah noticed the change in tactics. She was getting tired. The suit provided power, but her mind was still human. She couldn't keep this up forever. Then she saw something new. A single Voidborn pushed through the crowd of soldiers. This one was different. Its armor was not black but silver, with red lights instead of purple. It carried no weapon. It didn't need one. When the silver Voidborn stepped forward, the others stepped back, creating a circle. A duel, Hannah realized. They wanted to test her. I am Kreth, the silver Voidborn said in perfect English. Hunter of the lost. Collector of relics. It removed its helmet. Kreth's face was not like the other Voidborn. His skin was darker blue, almost navy. His eyes had white parts, like human eyes, but the irises were red. You wear what is not yours to wear, human, Kreth said. The armor of the luminary belongs to the victors, not the defeated. Hannah held her ground. The suit chose me. It talks to me. Kreth's eyes widened. Impossible. The luminary Aakors were all destroyed in the Great Purge. Well, this one wasn't, Hannah said. And it doesn't seem to like you very much. As if to confirm her words, the thunder suit pulsed with blue light. Hannah felt new information flowing into her mind. Fighting techniques she had never learned, weak points in Kreth's armor. Kreth's silver armor began to glow with red energy. I will take it from your dead body, then. The last luminary artifact will complete the collection. They charged at each other. Blue light met red in an explosion that lit up the battlefield. The other Voidborn and the human soldiers on the wall had to shield their eyes. When they could see again, Hannah and Kreth were locked in combat, moving almost too fast to follow. Each blow created waves of energy that cracked the ground beneath them. For the first time, Hannah was fighting someone who matched her power, and she was losing. Kreth's red energy fist slammed into Hannah's chest. She flew backward, crashing through a wall. Pain shot through her body. The thunder suit was strong, but Kreth was stronger. You fight well for a human, Kreth said, walking slowly toward her. But you do not understand the power you wear. Hannah stood up, breathing hard. Then tell me, what is this suit? What were the luminary? Kreth laughed, a cold sound like breaking glass. Why should I waste knowledge on the dead? Your kind are nothing but animals to us. Hannah felt anger rise inside her. The thunder suit responded, glowing brighter. She noticed something strange. When her anger grew, Kreth took a step back. His red eyes showed a flash of fear. Asterisk emotion amplifier. Asterisk the suit's voice said in her mind. Asterisk primary weapon against voidborn asterisk. Suddenly, Hana understood. The suit didn't just make her stronger. It took her emotions and turned them into energy that affected the voidborn. You're afraid of feelings, aren't you? Hana said. That's why you fear this suit. Kreth's face twisted with anger. We are beyond emotion. Emotions are weakness. No, Hana said. They're strength. She thought of her father, fighting to protect her. She thought of Dohyun and Minji, her friends who believed in her. She thought of all the people counting on her. Love, hope, determination. The thunder suit blazed with blue fire. It lifted Hana off the ground, energy swirling around her like a storm. What are you doing? Kreth backed away. Stop this. Hana didn't answer. She let her emotions flow freely, feeding them into the suit. The blue energy grew and grew until it surrounded her in a sphere of light. Kreth raised his hands, red energy forming a shield. But when Hana's power hit him, the shield shattered like glass. The blue energy wrapped around him, holding him in place. Impossible, Kreth shouted. His silver armor cracked, red light leaking out. Hana floated down to stand in front of him. The other Voidborn watched, frozen in fear. Now, Hana said, tell me about the Luminary. Kreth struggled against the blue energy. They were, like you, emotional, weak. But their technology was beyond anything. We fought them for 1,000 years. We won. And the suits, this armor, luminary battle suits, powered by emotions, their greatest weapons against us. Kreth's red eyes narrowed. We destroyed them all. Or so we thought. Hana looked at her blue armored hands. Why does it respond to me? Why did it call me the last? Kreth stopped struggling. He looked at Hana with new interest. Your DNA. It must be. No. Impossible. What? Hana demanded. Luminary DNA. You carry it. Kreth laughed again, but now it was a desperate sound. We thought we killed them all, but some must have hidden on Earth, mixed with humans. Hana felt like the ground was shifting under her feet. I'm part alien. We all came from the stars originally, Kreth said. The Luminary were space travelers, like us. They seeded many worlds. His voice became softer, almost respectful. Their blood runs in your veins, human. Thin, but present. Enough for the suit to recognize you as one of them. The blue energy around Kreth weakened as Hana processed this news. Taking advantage, Kreth suddenly broke free. He pressed something on his wrist. The hunt has changed, he said. Now we know what we truly seek. Red light surrounded him. We will meet again, last luminary. He vanished, teleported away, just like the first Voidborn Hana had faced. The remaining Voidborn soldiers retreated, flowing back like a tide. In minutes, the battlefield was empty except for Hana. Jiwoo and Dohyun ran to her side. Are you hurt? Jiwoo asked, his face pale with worry. I'm fine, Dad, Hana said. But she wasn't fine. Nothing would ever be fine again. I need to talk to Minji. I need to know who I really am. The thunder suit's glow had dimmed to a soft blue pulse, like a heartbeat, like it was alive and waiting. Waiting for the last luminary to remember her heritage. In the research lab, Minji ran test after test on Hana's blood. The thunder suit stood open in a special frame, still glowing softly even without Hana inside it. There is something different about your DNA, Minji said, looking at the screen. A pattern we've never seen before. It could be what Kreth said. Luminary DNA. Hana sat quietly, watching the suit. My whole life, I thought I was normal. Just a girl who was good at building things. You are still you, Jiwoo said. He hadn't left her side since the battle. Nothing changes that. Admiral Lee entered the lab with General Park and Do-Yun. Their faces were serious. "We have a problem," Admiral Lee said. "The Voidborn have sent another message. They say they will destroy Seoul District completely unless we surrender Hana and the suit within 12 hours. We can't give them either," Ju said firmly. General Park frowned. "We may not have a choice. One girl and one suit against an entire alien fleet. The math doesn't work." "Math isn't everything, General," Do-Yun said. "You didn't see what Hana did out there. She drove back hundreds of them. Hana listened to them argue. The suit pulsed, like it was trying to tell her something. She walked to it and placed her hand on the blue metal. Suddenly, images flashed in her mind. A beautiful city with tall white towers. People who looked almost human, but with eyes that glowed blue. Ships that sailed between stars. And then, darkness. War. Death. The Voidborn destroying everything. They didn't just fight the Luminary," Hana whispered. Everyone turned to look at her. "They killed them all. Destroyed their planets. It was genocide." "How do you know this?" Admiral Lee asked. "The suit showed me. It has memories." Hana turned to her father. "Dad, I need to know. Mom didn't die in childbirth, did she?" Juwoo's face went pale. "Hana, tell me the truth," Hana said, her voice shaking. Juwoo sighed deeply. "No, your mother didn't die giving birth to you. She was a deep space explorer. 25 years ago, her ship went farther than any human had gone before. She found something out there. When she came back, she was changed. And she was pregnant with you." "She found the Luminary," Hana said. It wasn't a question. "I don't know what she found," Juwoo said. "She wouldn't tell me. She was afraid. She said people were following her, hunting her. After you were born, she disappeared. I thought she was dead. But what? 3 years ago, a package arrived. No sender address. Inside was a small blue metal cube with instructions to give it to you when you turned 22. It was the core processor for the Thunder suit. We built the suit around it." Hana felt like she couldn't breathe. "So my mother might still be alive. And she knew about the Luminary. About me." Before Juwoo could answer, alarms began to sound throughout the base. Red lights flashed. "We're under attack," Do-Yun shouted, checking his tablet. "But it's too early. They said 12 hours. General Park smiled coldly. He pulled out a small device and pressed a button. The lab doors locked with a heavy click. "Actually," he said, "the attack is right on schedule." Minji gasped. "General, what are you doing?" "Saving humanity," Park said. "I've made a deal with Commander Xol, Hana, and the suit in exchange for Earth's survival. It's one life for billions. You can't trust them." Juwoo moved toward the general, but Park pulled out a gun. "Stay back, Captain," Park said. "This was never your decision to make." Hana looked at the suit, then at her father. "He's right about one thing," she said quietly. "It's not his decision either. It's mine." She lunged for the Thunder suit. General Park fired his gun. Juwoo moved without thinking. He jumped in front of Hana. The bullet hit him in the chest. "Dad!" Hana screamed as Juwoo fell to the floor. Blood spread across his uniform. Time seemed to slow down. Hana felt something break inside her. Not her heart. Something deeper. A dam holding back power she never knew she had. The Thunder suit moved on its own. It broke free from its frame and opened wide. In a flash of blue light, it wrapped around Hana, fitting her perfectly. But this time, it felt different. The connection was deeper, as if the suit had become part of her very cells. General Park fired again, but the bullets bounced off the armor harmlessly. Hana turned to look at him. Her eyes glowed blue through the helmet's visor. "You chose the wrong side, General," she said, her voice eerily calm. Blue energy crackled around her fist. She struck the lab door, not just breaking it, but disintegrating it completely. Alarms screamed throughout the base. Through the windows, Hana could see void-born ships filling the sky. Dohyun and Minji rushed to Juwoo's side. "He's alive," Minji said, pressing her hands over the wound. "But barely. We need to get him to the medical bay." "Go," Hana said. "I'll deal with the void-born." Admiral Lee looked at her with concern. "Hana, there are thousands of them. Their main fleet is here." "Good," Hana said. "Then this ends today." She walked out of the lab, power radiating from each step. Soldiers in the hallway backed away, their faces showing equal parts awe and fear. Outside, the sky was dark with alien ships. A larger vessel hovered at the center. Commander Xol's command ship. Hana could feel it calling to her. She looked up and let her emotions flow freely. Anger at General Park's betrayal. Fear for her father's life. Love for her friends and her home. And underneath it all, a new feeling. Connection to a lost heritage she was only beginning to understand. The thunder suit responded with more power than ever before. Blue energy lifted Hana off the ground. She flew upward, straight toward the command ship. Voidborn fighters tried to intercept her. They fired purple beams, but Hana didn't even try to dodge. She absorbed the energy, adding it to her own. Each shot made her stronger. She tore through the first line of ships like they were made of paper. Explosions bloomed in the sky behind her. The second line scattered, trying to avoid her. Asterisk remember. Asterisk the suit's voice whispered in her mind. Asterisk remember who you are asterisk. More images flashed through Hana's mind. Her mother in a spacesuit, finding a crashed luminary ship. A dying alien giving her something, the blue cube. Her mother running, hiding, protecting the secret of her unborn child. "I remember," Hana whispered. "I am the last luminary, and I am human too." She reached the command ship. Instead of attacking it, she placed her hands against its hull. Blue energy spread from her fingers, covering the massive vessel like veins of light. Inside the ship, Commander Xol watched in horror as blue light seeped through the walls. His crew panicked, some dropping to their knees in terror. "She can't be," Xol whispered. "The luminary are extinct." A hole melted in the ship's hull. Hana floated through it, landing softly in the command center. Voidborn soldiers surrounded her, weapons raised. "Hold your fire," Xol ordered. He stood from his command chair. "So, the last luminary has come to me." "This isn't about me," Hana said. "This is about Earth, my home. You will leave it, now and forever." Xol laughed. "You think one suit of ancient armor can change the fate of a world? We have conquered 1,000 planets. You haven't conquered this one yet." Hana's armor glowed brighter. "And you never will." Xol's face changed. For the first time, he showed fear. Real, unmistakable fear. "Kill her," he screamed. The Voidborn fired all at once, but they were too late. Hana had already released her power. Blue light exploded outward from her body. It washed over the command center like a tide, leaving the Voidborn frozen in terror. The battle for Earth had truly begun. Blue energy filled the command ship. Voidborn soldiers stood frozen, their weapons dropping from their hands. Only Commander Xol could still move, protected by a thin shield of purple light around his body. "What have you done to my warriors?" Xol demanded. "I showed them my feelings," Hana said. "Fear, anger, love, hope. Everything you tried to forget." Xol's face twisted with rage. "Emotions are weakness. We removed them from our species thousands of years ago. It made us strong. It made you empty," Hana countered. "And deep down, you know it. That's why you fear me." Xol drew a curved blade that glowed with purple energy. "I fear nothing." He lunged at Hana. His blade struck her armor, sending sparks flying. Hana didn't move. The thunder suit absorbed the impact easily. "The luminary weren't just emotional," Hana said calmly. "They understood something you never did. Feelings are power." She caught Xol's arm on his next strike. Blue energy traveled from her hand to his body. Sol screamed as emotions he hadn't felt in centuries flooded through him. "Stop this," he begged. "Feel everything you've been running from," Hannah said. "Feel what your victims felt when you destroyed their worlds." Tears ran down Sol's blue face, the first tears his species had shed in generations. Around them, the other Voidborn began to cry too, overcome by shared emotions. "Why are you doing this?" Sol asked, his voice breaking. "Because I want you to understand what you're fighting," Hannah said. "Not just humans, not just luminary, but life. Real life, with all its pain and joy." Through the hole in the ship's hull, Hannah could see Earth below. Beautiful and blue, like the energy of her suit. "Leave this planet," she said. "Leave this system. Never return." Zol looked up at her with new eyes. "And if we do? What then? Where do we go?" Hannah hadn't expected this question. She thought of what the suit had shown her, the luminary spreading life across the stars. "Find your own way," she said finally. "Find your feelings again. You might discover you're not so different from us." She released Axul and turned away. As she prepared to leave, his voice stopped her. "There is something you should know," he said, "about your mother." Hannah froze. "What about her?" "She lives," Zol said simply. "We captured her ship 20 years ago, but we could not break her spirit. She escaped 5 years ago, taking luminary technology with her. We have been hunting her ever since." Hope, pure and bright, filled Hannah's heart. The thunder suit responded, glowing like a star. "Where is she now?" Hannah demanded. "I do not know," Zol admitted. "But if you are as powerful as you seem, perhaps you will find her before we do." 3 days later, Hannah stood with Do-Yun and Minji at her father's hospital bed. Ju was awake, pale but alive. "The doctors say you'll recover fully," Hannah told him, holding his hand. "And General Park?" Ju asked. "Under arrest for treason," Do-Yun said. "Admiral Lee has taken full command." Ju looked at his daughter. The thunder suit was still on her body, but now it seemed almost like normal clothing, its plates thinner and more flexible. Only the soft blue glow gave away its true nature. "The Voidborn?" Ju asked. "Gone," Hannah said. "They left Earth's orbit yesterday. Their ships are heading out of the solar system." "Just like that, because of what you did." Hannah nodded. "They needed to remember what it means to feel. I think they might change." Minji touched Hannah's shoulder. "And what about you? What will you do now?" Hannah looked out the window at the clear sky. Somewhere out there, her mother was alive, carrying luminary secrets. "First, I help rebuild what was broken," she said. "Then," she smiled, "then I go looking for someone." The thunder suit hummed softly, as if in agreement. It had found its luminary at last, and through Hannah, the ancient race would live again, not as conquerors but as protectors. Outside, the sun rose on a new day. Earth had faced its greatest threat and survived. And it was all because of a fierce armored girl who had faced the alien invasion without fear, who had shown the stars what humanity's greatest strength truly was, not technology or weapons, but the power of the human heart. Hannah Kim smiled. Her journey was just beginning. The end.